You started collecting the NPS and now you'd like to see how to see results and how to monitor them and interpret them. And here's where you're going to find them. In Omniconvert's Reveal Customer Experience section, you have the option of choosing post-delivery or pre-delivery NPS. There's a different page for each of them. Every page looks the same. So I'm going to now present the post-delivery NPS page. In here, you get to see the overall NPS score, keeping in mind that you're going to see it for the time frame selected in the calendar in the upper right side. In here, by default, the calendar is set for the past 12 months. You can select a smaller period of time, for example, last 30 days, let's say, and have the score for just the last 30 days. You're gonna see in here the NPS score being combined from these promoters, these passives, and these detractors. And also you're gonna see on the right hand side the NPS score in timeline. If you're gonna select a longer period of time, then you will see this month by month. For 1 month, so last 30 days as we have it, we're going to see it week by week. If you select a shorter period of time, you can even see it day by day, if that makes sense, if you actually have enough responses to look at it this way. Let's take it again as we had for the last 12 months. When you look at the NPS in timeline, you get to see for each month, in this example, what's the NPS score, and that is the red line, and from how many responses each month, and that's the blue line. So you get to see, for example, that in May we had the score 75 made out of 57 responses. Scrolling down, you get to see NPS per RFM group, and in the left side you will see aggregated data for the entire time frame selected in the calendar. So you get to see overall in the past 12 months what's the NPS for the apprentice group versus the lovers group versus new passion versus soulmates. And this you will find very helpful because you will understand if your first-time customers are maybe having not the best experience, maybe your soulmates are already so used to your products that maybe they will close their eyes to, I don't know, a few shortfalls, while a new passion, so a new customer will be sure to let you know about anything that didn't meet his expectations. And you also get to see the NPS per RFM group. You can zoom so you can have a better view. And in here, you will get to see the NPS per RFM for each month, for example. If you see this being very busy and you can't really tell the difference between some of these groups, what you have to do is just unselect a few of these RFM groups. So you will just simply click them and you get to see better behind. Scrolling down, you get to see NPS per order attribute and NPS per customer attribute. Now, these two sections are only available for custom integrations, because that way custom shops can send out custom information per order and per customer. From Shopify, however, you will not be able to see any data in here due to the limitation that Shopify offers in terms of pulling custom data from there. So for custom shops, you can send us any information that you'd like to have an overview about. As for example, in here we have B2B and B2C, so NPS per individual or per company, or you can have NPS per the discount percentage that each order had. You can maybe implement NPS for your order processing team or for the delivery company, you name it. And the same, you have this in timeline. Scrolling down, these are sections available for everybody. NPS per category and per brand, they're self-explanatory. Now, if you have multiple categories or brands, the simplest way to work with this is just to click the options and select the level category that you want to view and select the appropriate categories that you'd like to see in here, and the same goes for brand. And in timeline, it's going to be the same. That's a very busy chart in here, so you can, I don't know, maybe just take a few things out and have a better view, or go in the options and select from here which categories you would like to see. And this is not all. Scrolling back up, we have the list of all responses. So clicking on See All Responses takes you to this NPS responses list. Now in here, you will see the NPS score, the customer email address. This is a demo account. You will actually see real email addresses in here, RFM score, RFM group name, and when was this NPS survey responded. So, for example, you can filter and look at only detractors, and those would be scores under 7, below 7, so from 0 to 6. And you get to see all detractors. You will have this list of 17 bad NPS scores. Or, for example, let's say you would want to see NPSs for the new passion RFM group. And you get to see the RFM group New Passion and all the NPS scores that they offered. You can export this list, you can export a selection, or you can export the entire list just by not applying any filter. And I already downloaded this. It will be downloaded as a CSV, and I uploaded it into a Google Sheet for you to see that besides the information that you have here, so besides these columns, you will also have answers to follow-up questions. So by default, our survey includes one follow-up question that is asking customers to explain the reason why they scored in a certain way. Now you can add multiple questions. For example, for this demo account, for this survey, we have another question on how do you evaluate the transport, and another one for how do you evaluate the products. Now keep in mind, these are scale type of questions, and you can learn more about how to add them from our video tutorial on how to edit your NPS survey. You will find a link to it in this video's description. So having this full list now, you can easily go and apply filters and sort it in any way you'd like here. And of course, just go through individual responses and see what are the things that your customers like best and what are the things that your customers are saying could be improved. And that's it. Good luck analyzing feedback.